Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Meet Praneeth. In today's video, we are going to discuss the February 2023 Visa Bulletin. It just came out yesterday, and I think one of the things that we wanted to discuss today is what exactly is happening with the retrogression and the dates. So we see that there is no change from January Visa Bulletin. The only change that we see is for EB3 other workers category, where for all countries except India and China and Philippines, Mexico and El Salvador, we see now that the date for priority date has moved to 1st Jan 2020 and the date of filing has moved to 1st February 2020. And it was, I think, if I'm not wrong, somewhere in September 2022 in the last Visa Bulletin. That means there is a 2 years of retrogression on the EB3 other workers category. So what exactly is happening? It seems that this period has a lot of demand for EB2, EB3 and even EB1. And because the EB2 is still retrogressed for all the other countries or ROW, and it's, I think the date of filing is 1st January 2022 and for the priority date is 1st November 2022. So that is a little concerning because it seems there is no movement in the EB2 ROW. And because of that, I don't think there would be much movement in EB2 and EB3 for India and China. Probably not till the second or the third quarter. So probably, let's say, if I am assuming that probably in May or after May, we might see some movement in EB2. But until this retrogression is covered in the ROW, I don't see there is any movement that will occur because most of the spillover from EB2 row comes to EB2. And if that is not coming, the number of visas that are allotted in the EB1, EB2 and EB3 category, that's 28.6%, that comes to roughly 4,000 or 5,000 visas, not enough to cover any retrogression. So I hope that this time in the coming months, we might see some movement, but yes, it's a very, very difficult situation. The bulletins are just repeating the dates. There is no movement as such. One thing that comes out, as I mentioned, that EB3 other workers is retrogressed by 2 years. That's another bad news because that means there is more and more demand in EB3 right now. And the other thing that we have seen, which uscis has highlighted, that for family-based visa, which I generally don't talk about much, is the bad news is that F2A, which generally is the spouses of permanent resident holders, is going to retrogress, or a final action date might come to it in March to limit the number of visas available or can be used. So two main highlights of February Visa Bulletin. One, EB3 other workers is retrogressed by 2 more years. Now the date of filing is 1st February 2020 and priority date is 1st January 2020. And for F2A, which is family-based green card, where their spouses of permanent resident holders can file for green card, is now can be retrogressed or not retrogressed, but can have a final action date coming in March Visa Bulletin. So a March Visa Bulletin would be really important to look out for. In terms of visa movements, nothing changes in the dates for India and China. Probably in the late July or probably at the start of June, we might see some movement. But for that, we have to see some movement in the ROW EB2. And I hope that happens soon. Apart from that, the other news that have recently come out is for the EB2 and IW and EB1C, now you can file premium processing. So let me cover that really quickly for you in this video. So now the petitioners in EB2 and IW and EB1C can file for premium processing, and that would really help them get their case adjudicated in a very quick time. I think it should be 15 calendar days, but I'm not sure about that and probably will update once I have more information. uscis also announced that they will and this will start from 31st January 2023. So it's still not you can't do it right now, but coming February you can start doing premium processing for these two petitions, EB2 and IW and EB1C. Now, uscis also announced that they're planning to extend this premium processing service for F1 STEM OPT extensions. And if that comes in effect, that would be really helpful for a lot of people who are on F1 and they're waiting for their STEM OPT to start their jobs. So that would help them get their OPTs really quickly. So yeah, that was it for this video. Really quick highlights were no change in the February Visa Bulletin for most of the part, except we see that there is some retrogression happening in EB3 other workers, and also there could be a final action date for F2A, which is spouses of permanent resident holders. And finally, we see that the USCIS has now started premium processing and going to start premium processing for EB2NIW, EB1C, and probably extend the premium processing for F1 STEM OPTs. So this was it. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I just wanted to give this video out so that you can understand what's going on in the February Visa Bulletin. In terms of retrogression, probably in the coming quarters we'll get to know a little bit more, but not until July. I think the first step for uscis is to cover the retrogression EB2 row. Then only they will be able to see any movement in EB2 or EB3 India. So I wish you all a very happy weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Not this week, not on the 19th, or sorry, not on the 20th, because I'm moving, but probably soon after that. So have a wonderful weekend, and see you guys in another video.